Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that. Apparently there was a bug with my replay system, or either my XSplit system, and it did not fully stream. But here we are, we're at the 30 minute rather, and 15-second mark, if I remember correctly. The video does end around somewhere around 30:20. It's looking a little slow. Alright, anyways, let's get that off of lock camera view and get back to the replay. So, let's talk about items. I need to refresh myself with how this game is and who's doing what. And, we have a African with Black Cleaver, Infinity Edge, Brutalizer, Galio with 2 hearts of gold. That's pretty solid. He isn't really pulling off a lot of CS right now. For 30 minutes, 107 CS. It's not that good. Now there's 189 or even 191. Although Hotshot GG is pulling ahead with the most CS. In this case, he is grabbing blue, which is always a solid pickup on a Zillion, always solid pickup on a support hero. Oh yeah, Archangel Staff and going into a death cap on this Misfortune. I'm not entirely sure if I like that. It's just not survivable. There's not really much to do with it. She isn't really a spammy hero per se, so her ability to, let's say, spam and get that Archangel Staff up isn't really going to work for it. And Kennen running into the whole team, screaming and running away, using his Ghost on Demand essentially, and getting out of there to avoid a bad team fight. And look at, people are just throwing out words at him. Anyways, it looks like a Triforce Corki build. Sheen and Phage. Mana Moon Triforce is a really common build that I've started to see recently, and it's really strong. There's a lot of burst and sustained damage to it, which is what Corki needs. He has a lot of burst damage inherently, but what he really needs is a solid damage. Oh, here's a great team fight. Big Amuma ult. He's still Galio is still looking for a way to get his ultimate off, and he does. He gets 3 people in it, and he goes down very shortly afterwards, but it completely destroys this team, throwing out a lot of AoE damage from this team. As I talked about earlier in the game, folks, there's a lot of just strong damage here. Also getting that Misfortune, making it a 4-to-1 exchange just for that Galio. They got plenty of kills. Totally worth it. Although it looks like the Zillion is a little bit out of position here and not going to find the sweet spot between that tower to avoid fire, and then starts raging in the chat because of the looks like misclick up to the steps over here. Anyways, this blue team has been ahead this entire game, although it was kind of evened up for a little bit. Although 24-17 is a very high kill game for high ELO like this. You shouldn't expect it to ever be that high. Just all I can really say is that blue team has shown a lot of dominance. And here we have the slow from Amumu on his Randuin's Omen, and the combined burst damage from Ashe and Shaco. They take out Corki in just one little quick burst damage of an arrow and a backstab. But Ashe is going to pull away because she does have blue buff. And she does have that ability to kite so well with this team. Even typing "see ya" in the chat, wouldn't want to be ya. This team is going to be in a lot of trouble as they are trying to make up for kills that they don't have, and they're just not getting them. This Taric is out of position and is going to go down, even though he was trying to turn around and get a kill. And they will get a kill, which is just a solid pickup. That Shaco was definitely worth some gold. Lots of damage going down on that Zillion. However, this beautiful Kennen ult is going to say otherwise. Zillion's going to have to ult himself. There's just so much of them being locked down. There is a bomb on Renekton going to take him out. And I don't know how much health this Misfortune has, but I do not. Yeah, look at that. No health at all. That bomb is going to seal the deal. Oh no, I'm sorry. Righteous Gust will be sealing the deal on that poor Misfortune. Corki's going to come say hello, but I think Ashe is going to return the favor with an arrow in the face and a couple right clicks. Yeah, just really turn it around. it just feels like Ashe has such a more sustained crit and damage build. All she really needs is that Infinity to just start doing some really god tier type damage. This type of Corki build, though, like he doesn't even have his Trinity Force right now. He went and focused on more survivability, which is totally okay. But against a Fed team like this, it's probably not a good idea. Although I wouldn't say it's a good idea to go straight damage either. It's a really awkward position to be in. But I think Corki is trying to do the best he can. He is 7-6 as opposed to the other carry, but he's the most fed on their team, so he's doing his job as the carry. But African is just doing it twice as good, almost. This team will start Baron, and there is a lot of DPS from the Shaco. I mean, if you look at it, he's a Bloodthirster, a Dreads, and a Real Lunch, and this is a lot of DPS, and that all those on-hit effects come onto this other Shaco clone too. This Amumu is going to be out of position with no way to escape, no type of... Oh, he does have Flash, excuse me. But no type of way to escape. But that beautiful arrow saves that Shaco's life, or barely saves it. And this Misfortune's going to be out of position, going to take a lot of burst damage from that Ashe. That's all that needs to be set up. And this team is going to be really out of position as this Kennen ult is going to tear these three people apart. Combined with that AoE of Ashe, Kennen, and Galio, there's just no way you get away from that. Okay. Oh, and Renekton's going to look like he's going to try and set a fight up here, but it's not going to matter because, you know what? Crits, 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 crits everywhere. Crit, crit, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. A little bit of trolling going on. I'm a cutie pie saying victory lap. That's what he needs. Anyways, this team is looking by that I mean purple team is looking like they're in a bad position. Blue team is pushing it in him now, and I would actually have to call this GG right now, folks. As Amumu is just gonna melt, and it does not matter. There's just so many people on him with Baron, and there's so much damage there. I mean, you have a Shaco with the Deceive in, and there's just nothing you can do about that. That Taric is also gonna go down. I'm a cute fight does go back. GG is being called. Another tower goes down. Hotshot GG does dive the tower. This is GG here, folks. Yeah, I just really can't say much more about this game. Really solid play overall. Both teams did play well. The early box bait did put them at a disadvantage. However, purple team did kind of catch up throughout the game, I thought, and then as the first Baron came down and some pushing was evened out, it just seemed like blue team knew what they were doing and were better coordinated with their AoE and overall damage. So, you know, I think both teams played well. And that's really all I can say. This is the Daily Rift number 3. I hope you all enjoyed. Comments and criticism and questions are all welcome. This is Clint Leetwood, your commentator, signing out. See you guys.